In the Library is brought to you by
Ever since 2000, ebooks.com has grown to over 5 million members and over 2 million books. You can find anything at ebooks.com with over 60 categories of fiction and nonfiction. You can even find some of your textbooks, and they even have publishing services.
and Books a Million. Join us online or in one of our stores for all your books, Funko, pop culture, and toys and games needs. You can even join the Millionaires Clubs. Special deals for educators.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Library. I'm your personal librarian, Bill Gerardo, on YouTube at In the Library BG. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Here we talk all things books and writing. If that sounds good to you, then please like, share, subscribe, comment, and put a note in the community page. And of course, hit the notification bell. And thank you to my sponsors, ebooks.com and Books a Million. With Thanksgiving coming up, on today's episode, I'll be discussing the 2006 book Mayflower by Nathaniel Philbrick. Links are in the description. So come on in, take a seat, and let's turn some pages. Philbrick's epic book covers 55 years of history that endeavors to answer the question, how did America begin? He answers that question with a very in-depth look at the people and events leading up to the sailing of the Mayflower, through the voyage, and what happens in the decades after landing in Plymouth, ending with the aftermath of what is now called King Philip's War. I learned, or perhaps I should say, as a native New Englander, relearned much from this book. The Pilgrims' time in Holland, boarding the ships. Mayflower actually did have a sister ship, the Speedwell, the voyage, and finally setting up in the New World. There was for a while two colonies, Plymouth Colony, which we all know about, and Massachusetts Colony. Eventually, after King Philip's War, Plymouth Colony folded, and Massachusetts Colony over time took over the whole area and became the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that we know today. Philbrick took a deep dive into his research, using sources as far back as the Mayflower itself and before. In fact, he even published in the back of the book the full passenger list of the voyage as was known at the time this book was written. The result of this painstaking work is a well-written, superbly detailed accounting of the people and the time. While not a novel, characters do arise, and we learn much about them. For example, Christopher Jones, captain, or as they called it, master of the Mayflower. And there's John Robinson, the group's preacher while in Holland. Of course, there's also the Indian chief who has taken the name of King Philip, champion warrior for his people, eventually dying in battle that ends both the war and Plymouth Colony. Philbrick takes his work telling us about these people very seriously. We really see their day-to-day lives and what they have to do to survive and ultimately thrive. This applies not only to the people themselves, but also the places and circumstances. For instance, towards the end of the book, when writing about King Philip's War, Philbrick gets into the nitty-gritty of the war. But long before that, as the Mayflower makes its voyage, we see Master Jones's decision-making and what it's like to live life on the ship as it crosses the Atlantic. There are, of course, many books on this subject. However, this is the one that I would recommend. Nathaniel Philbrick is a native New Englander, born in Boston, and lives to this day on Nantucket, who has written many books about New England history. This is a great book. So that's it for this episode. Have you read any books about the Pilgrims? Or are you a direct relation to someone from the Mayflower? Let's discuss down in the comments and on the community page. Please be sure to check out the links in the description for our deals from our sponsors, ebooks.com and Books A Million. Also, be sure to check out this site right here for our merch and use code THANKS22 for free shipping now through November 30th, 2022. Thanks for watching, and please keep on reading. And have a great Thanksgiving.